What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another pre-match fan show. The international break is put behind us. We won't see any more international football until March. Thank God for that. But the Premier League is back, and you know what I mean. It's not stopping for a long time. The next 7 games are really going to shape our season. Manchester City up tomorrow. Then we got Chelsea, Arsenal, Palace, Liverpool, City, Leicester and Wolves. I mean, it's a very, very hard next 7 games, isn't it? As well as Europa League mixed in between there as well.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk that Spurs, have had a easy start to the season per se. Well, now it gets... Now this is real
it's going to shape
squeaky
our
bum
season.
time, as they say.
Our season the next 7 games.
It's really important we get some positive results out of these next few games to really put a marker down that we are serious this season about challenging for the title. Over the next 7 games, we need to shake things up a bit, I feel. And these are the games that Mourinho lives for.
Yeah,
these are the games he always has a plan for them, and he knows how to motivate the players.
Yeah, you say he always has a plan. Do you think he could potentially throw a curveball in there this weekend with formation, with personnel?
I never put beyond it Mourinho to throw a curveball, and I wouldn't be that surprised if we do go 3 at the back tomorrow. But I'm expecting, to carry on with the formation that's been working, but how Man City are and what the quality team that they have, and the way as well that Joe Rodon has stepped up in international week, and the fact that he's got a lot of pace and he's a big tall striker, maybe feels like he could come in tomorrow in a back 3 and it could give us a bit more defensive solidity, but I'm expecting him to go with a back 4.
Yeah, me as well. Shall we start getting some guests on?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go to our first guest, Marcelo.
Got Marcelo on first. Come on, Marcelo.
Baby, let's go, man.
Marcelo,
I'm confident.
You're always confident, Marcelo.
Yeah, I'm always confident, baby. I can hear it. Yeah, I'm always confident, bro. Come on, we're Tottenham Hotspurs, baby. We doing some good things this season, and City they're scared of us, bro. Why should we be scared of them? How many times have we touched these guys? You know what I mean? Michael Jackson style, man. These men have PTSD. I'm telling you, bro. And they can say, oh, we have a De Bruyne, we have Good1, we have all these guys, but guess what, bro? You don't have us. So now, though, bro, you know what this man has done to you, man. Pep Guardiola. Every time he goes to sleep, he checks under his bed for so now, though, bro. That man is gonna come big. I'm telling you, Shell Shock FC. So now those gonna score. And yeah.
Who would be more disappointed with the draw tomorrow? Do you think Spurs or Man City?
City, of course, City, because they're 8th, and they haven't been getting many points this season. I don't know why everybody keeps saying, listen, man. I already told you. I think this isn't the same City team that we're used to seeing. I don't think this is the same Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola's lost it, man. Look at last season when he played Arsenal. Man turns around and starts talking to himself. You know what I mean? In the FA Cup, and then he goes to Lyon and he plays a weird formation and completely changes his system and loses that, and then he plays Arsenal again. Man plays a 1-2-1-2-2 formation, you know what I mean? That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He's playing with this formation like I play with my calculator when I'm bored, man. I think he's lost his mind. That's how I feel.
Do you feel that him signing the new contract will give them a lift, though?
I didn't really care. I mean, honestly, I think Pep, if you look at his runs with Bayern, he does have he does get stale with a lot of teams, and I think we're seeing that. I think he's getting stale with. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem like he could be bothered. You know what I mean? I don't know. He doesn't seem the same motivated, and I think Mourinho's hungry, man. This is Mourinho's 2nd season, bro. You know what I mean? This is when Mourinho he steps up. This is when he wants to prove everybody wrong, and Mourinho he's gonna tactical masterclass this, bro. Pure shithousery. I'm not saying we're gonna dominate. We're gonna play 5 at the back, bro. We're gonna defend. We're gonna long ball, inshallah, but we're gonna score. And they're gonna have 20 shots on target. But I'm telling you, 2-0 Tottenham.
2-0.
You talk about Mourinho. You talk about 5 at the back. What personnel do you think is going to play? You think Jose's going to throw a curveball to Pep this weekend?
I think it's hard because the formation we've been playing has been working so well for us, and the players we've been playing with Musa, Højbjerg, and Ndombele in the middle has been so good for us that it's hard to go away from that. But I think he might. I think he might. I think we might see Rodon.
Free Rodon.
Yeah, we might see. Yeah, dude, we're gonna see free the Welsh Maldini. His name is not Rodon. Free the Welsh Maldini. All right, free the Welsh Maldini, bro. You know what I mean? He's gonna come out, and I'm telling you. And yeah, we might see three at the back, bro. He could do it. Mourinho, he likes to always keep his tactics fresh, and expect mind games coming in this weekend, man. He's gonna do some mind games. I'm telling you.
Well, he already started with the mind games in the pre-match press conference, talking about Sterling. He said we all know Sterling's gonna play tomorrow. And
Exactly.
Whether that's playing in Guardiola's mind, thinking, oh, maybe I'll try and prove Jose wrong by not playing him or not, I don't know, but he's definitely gonna try and get into Guardiola's head. But does Bale start for you tomorrow?
I think he will. I think he will. I think he either he's not gonna play the full game, but he might. I think he's gonna start because I think Bale's been looking good, man. You can see his fitness it's getting there, and you're seeing some really some moments of really pure magic from him. And if he's fit, man, we need him. Especially for this game.
There's one player I want to talk to you about is Lo Celso, Giovanni Lo Celso. Obviously, he had an amazing...
Lo Celso, baby.
Exactly. He had an amazing international break, playing pretty much 2 man-of-the-match games for Argentina, outplaying Messi on both nights. Does he get a start for you? Because it's kind of hard to fit him in.
Yeah, because I always keep talking about balance, you know what I mean? And, having defensive and offensive balance, but if, like Mourinho said, if Lo Celso is 100% fit, we could see a Lo Celso and Ndombele partnership. But it all depends how fit Mourinho thinks he is. But if he's fit, man, which I think he is, he looked great in Argentina. I would love to see that combo, and it's a combo we much needed because this game is going to be decided a lot in the midfield. We need to find a way to, stop De Bruyne, even though it's, practically impossible. I mean, the man is a genius, but, we got Højbjerg, bro. I'm not worried, man. Højbjerg is going to body that, man, bro. The best Pierre in North London. Just know. And, yeah, this game's going to be decided in the midfield, so we do need Lo Celso, I think. I think Lo Celso and then Ndombele is much needed.
Do you not feel we'll lose a bit of physicality in the middle if Sissoko doesn't play?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the balance. So it is tough just putting Lo Celso out there. But if we play 3 at the back, maybe, we can play Lo Celso, but it's gonna be hard. Like I said, the formation has been working so well for us. We won 11 games out of 14 or 15. You know what I mean, with that formation. So it's hard to fix something that isn't broken, but we could see it.
So Marcelo, Pep or Jose? Who's the best?
Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, bro. Come on, man. Listen. I rate Pep. He's a great manager, but he goes to Barcelona, right? He has one of the greatest Barcelona teams, and he does amazing. You can't deny that, right? He goes to Bayern. He underachieves at Bayern. You cannot tell me he overachieved at Bayern. What did he do at Bayern? He won a Bundesliga? That's what they do every year, bro. I mean, every time the Bundesliga start, it's like, oh, here you go, Bayern. Here's a trophy. You know what I mean? Like, it's year after year. He did nothing special in Bayern. And then you look at Jose, bro. Porto. When was the last time someone won a Champions League with a team like Porto? Or with a team outside the top 5? Jose, he goes to, Chelsea. I hate them, but you gotta give Jose credit there. A club that didn't have history, you know what I mean? They didn't have really much. It was a club full of promise, and guess what? Jose built that club into Premier League champions. You know what I mean? Their golden generation. He built that. He's these people. Chelsea fans can't hate Jose because the only reason they're Chelsea fans is because of Jose. And then and then you look at Inter, bro. What was the last time Inter ever wins a treble? You know what I mean? This man goes and wins a treble with Inter. Who does that? You know what I mean? Usually you go in the Champions League, you see Bayern, Barca, Real. You see those. You don't see Inter. You know what I mean? And Jose, he does what nobody expects, man. He breaks the boundaries. And that's why I'm excited with him in Tottenham. Because every time someone doubts Jose, he always proves them wrong, bro. He is the special one. Believe you me, bro. He is going to win us a title. I'm telling you.
Would you be say in a few years down the line, say Jose's no longer at Tottenham anymore and Pep's no longer at City, would you want Pep to be our manager?
I mean, if we back him, if we back him with a lot of money, yeah. But I don't think Pep could do what Mauricio does. I don't think Pep could do what Jose does, working with like a tight budget in Porto. Working Mauricio working in a tight budget with us. So I don't know. It depends. If he gets back, yeah. But I rather have Mourinho, bro. Mourinho, he's a special one. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm happy with my manager.
What's your score prediction this weekend?
2-0. Yeah.
2-0. Who's going to score?
Yeah. Sonaldo and Bale. Sonaldo and Bale.
No Kane goal.
2 assists from Kane.
And 2 assists from Kane.
2 assists for Kane. Yeah, he's gonna break the assist record. Kane isn't looking for the top score record. He's breaking that Thierry Henry record. I'm telling you, bro.
He's gonna break them all. He's gonna break them all. Don't worry about
break
that.
all the records. Yeah, break all the records, bro. All right, come on, you Spurs. Let's go,
come on,
man.
Marcelo. Come on, Marcelo. I love that guy. He's so funny. But talking about that Pep versus Mourinho thing, when you look at Pep's last 2 jobs, don't get me wrong, he got a good job. He did a good job at both of them, Bayern Munich and at Manchester City. But ultimately, he's been brought in at Man City and at Bayern Munich to win them the Champions League, because they win the league year after. Well, Man City weren't winning the league year after year, but with the money they spend, you expect them to go and win a league title or 2. At Bayern Munich, they win league year after year. It's not really an achievement winning the league. He was brought in there to win the Champions League. Didn't do that. Man City, he was ultimately brought in to win the Champions League as well. Hasn't done that yet. So can you say he has done a good job at City and at Bayern Munich?
Yeah, I think you...
especially the Bayern Munich one.
Bayern, I think it was pie. He didn't disappoint, but wasn't a marvellous job. It was just a good job he did there, I think. Because I think the way he got them playing was pretty good.
Hansi Flick came in and won the Champions League straight away.
Yeah, but that's exceptional. Yeah. I'm saying, I wouldn't say Guardiola didn't do exceptional, but I don't think you can say he did a poor job.
But with Guardiola's reputation, you expect him to do an exceptional job.
Well, yeah, I know, but he just couldn't do it, could he? The worry thing for him in that Bayern job is that he got to the semi-finals, I think, in two of his 3 years there, and he got absolutely battered by Barca and by Real Madrid.
Yeah.
In those semi-finals. But the fact of the matter is, Ancelotti came in after him and didn't do as well as him and kind of struggled more than Guardiola. So it showed maybe that Guardiola did a decent job. And I think people always underestimate when a team wins the league that it's not always a foregone conclusion. Man City struggled a couple of years before Guardiola came in to really challenge for the title. And then
when Guardiola came in,
and even that first year, exactly. So it's not that easy.
But with the money they threw at it, you expect them to win something. You know what I mean?
Of course, but not 100 points. That's special.
No, of course.
That's special. That's
I read somewhere Guardiola spent near to 1 billion at Man City. Is that true?
Probably.
You know what I mean? It's an obscene amount of money.
I know, and look, of course,
and they're not even doing things in the right way. They're doing things off the book and not the right way. I mean, it's disgraceful what goes on at Man City.
Well, Guardiola will he would argue they were exonerated.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he would. You know what I mean? They were, but.
Anyway. I don't know the ins and outs. Look, I think Guardiola. It's more the way Guardiola gets his team playing as opposed to the results, because the way they're like an orchestra. Sometimes they're just beautifully flowing through games, and the way they play football is exceptional. And I think there's no one better to take a team who are already the best in the league and take them to another level than Guardiola. But can he take a team who are, say, where Spurs are and make them title challengers or something like that? That is a question that all just remains to be answered, because he's never had to do that. Or could he ever work on a budget? He's never had to work on a budget before. So that always remains to be seen. Jose's proven he can take a team who are not necessarily guaranteed to win the league and make them champions and win them European trophies and things like that. So that question remains to be answered with Guardiola, but doesn't mean to say that... what he's done doesn't belittle what he's done, in my opinion.
All right, well, let's bring on Brian. Let's see what he has to say. Yes, Brian, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Pep or Jose Mourinho? Who's the better manager?
Right now, Jose, as you guys have just said, Jose has taken teams from obscurity and brought them up. Yes, he's always had money, but he just seems to win everywhere. As you said, he's gone to or he was at Barca, at Bayern, at Man City. Wherever he goes, it's like, here you go, here's the checkbook, get what you want, do what you want, and you're going to do it. It's like playing Championship Manager back in the day.
Don't worry, it's still going on now, Football Manager.
Yeah, but how do you see the game going on Saturday? Are you confident we can go out there and get a result? Are you worried about Man City maybe being in more buoyant mood, seeing as Guardiola just signed a contract? That could help. That could maybe give him a bit of a lift.
I don't. In all honesty, I don't think the Pep signing a contract is anything for us to worry about. Yes, it's happy for Man City fans, but that, like Jose says, we stop thinking what the team opposition are doing and focus on us. What I think we have to focus on is exactly what Mourinho said, and I saw a stat today or yesterday that Harry Kane has now played 20 games this season in 9 different countries, which is the equivalent to half a season. And people like Raheem Sterling just happen to pick up a little injury and will 100%, 1 billion% start tomorrow. And I think the Premier League and the FA have got to do something about this because it's ridiculous. It's
what
ridiculous.
Can they possibly do?
That is not down to me, it's down to the big guys, but there's got to be something. Because how can you say a player can't play for his country? And why Harry Kane played on Wednesday against Iceland when it was a meaningless game, or even
glorified friendly that was, wasn't it? Glorified friendly.
Exactly. And Raheem Sterling's just sitting there. That's the part. But I feel I've been supremely confident since this fixture came up. We seem to have their number at home, and I think it's a 3-1 win for us.
3-1. Does Gareth Bale start tomorrow?
I think he has to. Because he's now come through. He's got a lot of minutes for Wales. He's starting to find a bit of form and a bit of his fitness is getting up. And he always used to score against Man City. I remember the 3-1 when he chipped it over Hart, the 2-2 at Man City when he lobbed it over Joe Hart. Shame Joe Hart's not in goal for them tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he seems to do well against Man City, so I think he has to start. For me, the reason he has to start as well, I'd rather we get this game over and done with where we can take him off rather than bring him on when we're having to chase something.
Do we need to win this game tomorrow if we're serious about the title? Do we have to win tomorrow, or is a draw a decent result?
For us, for other people to take us seriously, think, oh, wait a minute, Tottenham are actually in that equation, I think we have to win. Don't have to win, well, I think we have to win. A draw right now is better for us than Man City. But I'm just so confident that we're going to win. I think it's the most confident I've been going into a game this season, actually. No joke.
That's probably bad news, isn't it?
Bad
yeah,
sign,
I should have a padlock on my mouth. You can slate me after the game if that happens. But no, I just honestly think at home we seem to have a number on them. If this was away, I'll be talking differently. Højbjerg, I think, is going to be doing his normal 9 out of 10 minimum. And I just can't see anything other than a win.
Do you feel that home and away advantage are completely cut off now, or do you still think it holds something?
I think it's the only thing I think it's got for us or for the home team is obviously you're not travelling from one part of the country to the other. Like we come back from internationals, it's like, right, we're at home. But where it actually comes to the fans and home and away advantage, I think that's done. I'm quite superstitious when it comes to, we always win at this ground, or I always take that into huge consideration more than form. And just based on that, with us at Man City or at home to Man City, I think we're going to win. If it was away, I would be talking very differently.
Yeah. All right. And score prediction.
You said 3-1.
3-1.
3-1. 2 for Bale, 1 for Kane.
2 for Bale. I'm holding you to that.
We will speak after the game tomorrow, please, God, and I will be.
I look forward to it.
I look forward to it as well, guys. Great show. Shabbat shalom, and have a great weekend.
Good Shabbos. Have a good Shabbos, mate.
See you later, guys.
Nice one.
Right. Brian, brilliant.
Gotta love Brian.
He goes 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough game. I can't see us winning as comfortably as that.
No, I think it's going to be closer. I think it's only going to be one. It'll be won by the odd goal, I think. I'll be very surprised if there's a lot of goals in this game, because I can see us looking to frustrate City as we usually like to do, especially since Mourinho's come in. But you never know. We could have a very fast start like we have done in some other big games this season.
Do you feel that Lo Celso could get the nod ahead of Ndombele on the weekend? Just look how good he was on the weekend. It'll be such a shame to to not play him.
I can see him playing a part in the game, maybe coming on after like half an hour to go. But I just think the fact that Ndombele hasn't played over the past 2 weeks might mean he's fresher. And the fact of the matter is he has played very well this season and doesn't deserve to be dropped. So I feel and he plays well. He's played well before against Man City. So I feel like he does get the nod. But I feel I'm 100% sure Lo Celso is going to play a part tomorrow. I'm pretty sure about that.
All right, let's bring on Aravind.
Aravind, hello.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, bro. Yeah, so I'm actually like very confident for tomorrow's match. We have the winning mentality now, and especially like the way we have reacted after the West Ham draw, like to concede less goals, focus on a thing, and like improve our team. And I was actually looking at the stats for the last 46 matches we have played. Like Spurs have won 24 and City have won 15. So like we're actually like being dominant against Manchester City in the Premier League. So I'm actually confident in the way we are playing and the players they've been showing up. Like we didn't have this mentality like when we talk about the West Brom match where we got the win in the last minute. We haven't had that before. Like we used to have good results and then we used to drop off, and that's something which we need to have right now. And the players are there. And looking at Manchester City team, they're like a bit confused with what they're doing. Like they've gotten some players, Ruben Diaz, then their attack and all it's a bit like they haven't settled yet. And our team is settled in the first 8 games. So I think so we have a really good upper hand against them to win this match.
Everyone seems very confident going in tomorrow so far, which is
I hate it.
Which is probably a bit of a worry. If we do, and look, City are a very high quality side, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility we end up losing tomorrow, even if it is a tie game. And if we do end up on the end of a bad result, do you think how much of a blow would that be for us, or do you think that's something we could easily move on from? I guess it depends how we play, but.
Yeah, it depends upon how we play, but like even if we lose that it depends upon the margin of the loss, if it's a 2-1 or but I think so we need to like looking at our next 6 matches. If we get the momentum in this first match, it gives us a really good upper hand boost for the next 2 matches. And Mourinho is going to like set up in the dressing room, like he's going to go aggressive on them to like get the points. And he has said in his interview, we are not going to go for a draw. We're going to go for a win. So every player over there is going to be boosted with a really good mentality to like actually go for the game and win. And you may see the same character like we showed against United. Like we may just go for the game and we may see a high scoring game at the end. It depends. Like City plays at a very high line, and the way Son and Kane are been playing, I'm pretty sure Pep will be like really considerate about our friendly when we are seeing tomorrow the way the form we are in. So he'll be looking at that possibility. So we actually have a really good upper hand for tomorrow's match. Like I see us as a favorites at the way we have been performing for tomorrow's match.
How do you feel we're going to set up tomorrow? Do you think Jose is going to surprise Pep Guardiola, or do you think it's going to be similar to the way we have been setting up?
I think so. It may be a similar lineup, but only change I might see is like I would actually bring in Lo Celso over Ndombele for one match because the way he's been performing in the international matches, just to give he's not started for many matches, so that may be one change, or else I'll actually go with the same lineup.
Even though that Ndombele didn't go to any international and he's fresh for 2 weeks.
He's fresh for the week, but if Lo Celso is fit and the way he's been performing for international matches, it just gives Mourinho a boost to like start over him. Yes, I know Ndombele has been performing really well, but I'm saying that may be a surprise change if it's or else it'll be the same lineup as before.
All right.
And quickly, Jose or Pep, and why?
Jose Mourinho over Pep any day.
Why?
The way he is. If you look at Pep and what he has done in the other clubs, it's just been giving him like 200 million, 300 million, so much of money, and they've been backed over that. And even with that money, if he can't deliver a Premier League trophy, that's a shame on him to not do. It's like just giving him all the tools and you just can't perform. Whereas if you see Jose Mourinho, he can do it with Porto, he can do it with Chelsea. He has that capability of challenging the hierarchy, and especially challenging Daniel Levy to spend so much and get the players and then bring us to this level of how we have been after the rebuilding of the thing of our club after the fall of Pochettino. And yes, and that's something which he as a manager can do, like, and he has done it in different clubs and proving it himself again and again. And if he does this in Spurs, I think so he'll be one of the all-time best managers in the world.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on, my friend.
Cheers.
Thank
Cheers for going on, mate. Nice to see you.
Well, I've got some stats here of Mourinho against Pep Guardiola. Played 23 matches against each other. Jose Mourinho has won 6. Guardiola has won 11, and there's been 6 draws.
So Guardiola gets the upper hand usually.
Guardiola has the upper hand at the moment. It says Guardiola gets on average 1.7 points per game. He's scored 42, let in 31. This is Man City, so Guardiola. So
yeah, it's probably a lot of those wins probably came under, I guess,
Barca, Real Madrid.
Yeah, Barca, Madrid, and then also I guess when Jose was at United. Although he did beat him at United in that 3-2 game, but other than that, I think Pep probably won every.
How many times
game.
have they played each other for Spurs? It's just
once.
the once.
Just the once, I think.
Yeah.
And at White Hart Lane, and that was 2-0 to Tottenham. I think, yeah. Look, I think I think Jose has had a few big wins. I remember him winning at the Nou Camp in 2012 to. Went a long way to clinching the title for Real Madrid.
For Man U, they faced each other. Where is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
6 times, and
Yeah.
Mourinho won once.
Mourinho won twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of them were between Madrid and Barca.
Guardiola won that 3 times, and there was 1 draw.
And then you got to think back to Inter Milan versus Barcelona Mourinho winning 3-1. And Barca won 1-0 the other game.
2-0.
No, they won 1-0.
It says 2-0. Oh, no, I'm talking about the group stages.
They played each other in the group stages, did they?
Group stages that year.
Oh, I see. And that was one of the all-time great defensive performances with 10 men against Barca.
Yeah.
So he's got the upper hand against one of the best Barcelona teams
And
a couple
Barcelona,
times.
Real Madrid, I mean, he got the upper hand over Jose pretty much every time except for 2 games, I think it was.
Yeah, there was one that Madrid won at the Nou Camp, and I can't remember the other one. 2-1.
Madrid won at the Nou Camp 2-1, and Madrid won at the Nou Camp 1-0. Well, it wasn't in the Nou Camp; it was in a cup final.
Yeah, that was right. Ronaldo scored the winner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, you're talking about one of the best teams people say ever, and he still won the league off them in 2012. So, look, it's a close call. I think Pep is an unbelievable manager the way he gets his team to play, but I think what Jose's achieved with his teams, it's hard to argue. I think we are talking about 2 of the greatest ever, to be honest.
I
really
completely agree. Let's get on our next guest, Matt Hayes.
Yes,
Matt. How you doing, mate?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good,
we're doing
good,
all right.
good.
We're doing all right. You looking forward to the game tomorrow?
I am. I'm, as I saw Alvin Block saying in the chat, I'm cautiously optimistic about it.
I thought you were going to use the C word over there, confident.
Oh no, God, no!
Does the confidence of these Spurs fans surprise you?
Yes and no. I think yes because we're Spurs fans, we're not used to it. But no, because we're a different monster this season. Every time I'm on here and talk about this winning mentality, and it may seem a bit repetitive, but it is so relevant because we're so different to what we have been in the past, and a lot of that is of course down to Jose Mourinho. And I think when we're in a position where 3 points can put us on top of the table, I think no matter who you're playing, you have to feel as though you can get what you need out of that game, because if you're going top of the table, odds are you're the best team in the league.
Yeah, but are we setting ourselves up for disappointment the way we're so confident? And if we do get at the end of the bad result, I can just see everyone kind of acting like it's a worse result than it really is. Are you right with that could possibly happen?
Absolutely, we're 100% setting ourselves up for disappointment. But look, you need to be optimistic. If we lose, it won't be the worst thing in the world, because you lose games. You've only lost 1 this season. But I'd start to get worried if they lost Chelsea. then drop points against Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester, Wolves, whatever the next 7 games are. But you're gonna lose games throughout the season, and if we're gonna lose to a team, I think City will be one of the ones where you kind of accept a defeat there, because they are one of the best in England, if not one of the best in Europe. And I know a lot of the feeling of Tottenham fans is, there's no point in getting excited because we're going to mess it up eventually. We're going to lose points. We're going to get silly results eventually. And look, it's been like that in the past, but I think things are beginning to change, and we need to. There's no point in going into a game with that mentality that, oh look, we probably lose anyway. You have to go in optimistically. You have to go in with hope, because otherwise, what's the point in supporting a football team if you're not going to expect them to win games?
I'm right.
You say, Man City, one of the best teams in Europe, England, but they haven't started the season that well, definitely to their high expectations. Do you think that this Pep Guardiola signing the contract is going to give them a lift, could give them a boost?
I think it will. Yeah, like I don't know. It's hard to say how sudden that will come into effect. It mightn't come into effect now. It could be a while before we start to see him. Getting a bit more of a desire. Not that the desire is gone, but he knows it's going to be there a bit more long term. Going to put a bit more into it. I'm not sure we'll see a surge from them straight away. They've a few players out injured, and the disappointments this season have been mainly down to the absence of Sergio Aguero. And I know after 7 games in the season, they actually had a negative expected goal difference. But on the one hand, that shows they're not performing as well as they usually are, and you'd expect them to be on the flip side having a huge positive expected goal difference. But you also have to look at that as though they are perhaps a bit higher in the table than you would expect with a team who, should be shipping goals, I suppose, because they do have the quality and they are a winning team. They've won the league a couple of times. They've won countless trophies. They're going to grind out wins when they shouldn't, I suppose, because they will have that know-how and those game management skills to do so. But I think with the stage we're at now, we can talk all we want about City and the players they have in De Bruyne and Sterling and the perhaps the weaknesses in their defence and all that. But at the end of the day, I think we have to look at the team that we have, because we're the home team, we're the form team, and I'd say at the moment we are the better team. And I think it may be a very bold statement, but I think we should have enough quality to go out. I know it may be a case of us playing a kind of defensive game and trying to catch them on the counter and things like that. But I think if we did go out there and we played our own football, as we have done this season, I really do think we have what it takes to go out and take the 3 points off them. And
having said that, do you feel that Jose Mourinho is going to throw a curveball to Pep Guardiola in the way he sets up his team?
I think he might. Of course, there's always that possibility with him, but I'm not sure if there'd be any sort of huge surprise. Like I can't see him starting Joe Rodon, for example. I don't think we're going to see something ridiculous like that. I think we can pick 1 or 2 systems that he's going to go with. If it is going to be a 4-3-3, or if it's going to be maybe a 5 at the back, a 5-3-2 or something like that, we can pick the different systems that it's going to be. He's not going to go out and play a formation he hasn't ever played before. But I think the tactics at their base are going to stay very much the same. It's going to be Højbjerg sitting in the middle of the park. He might be dropping in between the centre backs, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does drop between the centre backs. But the full backs still stay a bit deeper to offer a bit more solidity when we are defending. We're going to see that double pivot in midfield, whether it be Ndombele and Celso and Ndombele and Sissoko, or if Ndombele goes further forward, then it's Højbjerg and Sissoko, or whatever it is. We're going to still see those things, and the right winger playing a bit narrower than most wingers do. It's going to be the same from the base, but I think there may be 1 or 2 things that he does try to implement to catch Guardiola off guard.
I've been reading on social media, there's been a couple of predictions. Some people are saying 3 at the back with Toby, Dyer and Rodon. Some people are saying 4 at the back with Tanganga at right back instead of a Serge Aurier. How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure that's the right game to do this. Rodon, I think he's only played a couple of minutes at the end of 1 Premier League game. Tanganga's been out injured for, I think, all of the season. I'm not sure this will be the right game to do that. I am fully expecting Davinson Sanchez to start tomorrow.
Really?
I think that's going to surprise and annoy a lot of people, but we're up against the front line. I think it was Brian there was saying Sterling will probably be playing, Jesus will be playing, Mahrez will probably be playing. They're very, very pacey players, and even if say we do pack the bus, we're not going to always, like for the 90 minutes of the game, be in a situation where we are sitting deep, and the last thing we need is a long ball played over the top and Alderweireld or Dyer having to chase back any of those front 3. So I think Sanchez could be in there. Perhaps if he's going to play, it will be a 3 at the back. Maybe Alderweireld sitting in the middle and Dyer and Sanchez either side. So we do have a bit more pace when we are in the back foot to track those front players. So I wouldn't expect Rodon or Tanganga to start tomorrow, but I think
sorry, still there?
Yeah,
okay. You mentioned there about Raheem Sterling. You expect him to play tomorrow after he was rested on Wednesday or injured on Wednesday for the international break. Mourinho commented about it on his press conference today, saying he wants to hear more of an explanation from Southgate why players like Dyer, who was injured coming back from the international break last time, he had to miss a couple games and he was playing for England. Yet Southgate claims he was put under pressure from some managers to rest players, and Sterling ended up leaving the squad, and he's very likely to play tomorrow. And City have already confirmed that he's back in training. What did you make of Jose's comments about that?
They don't surprise me, and I do back them some bit, because Dyer came back injured after the last break. Kane even picked up a small knock, which thankfully turned out to be nothing. But it's every manager is going to feel like that right now. Like every single manager. Mourinho is the only one who kind of has the experience to know he has to go out and say something, because it worked in a way with what he said about those Arsenal and Wales managers together. Bale, Davis and Rodon are all rested for the first game, and they played the second game. But it has to be said, because aside from the fact that we're currently in the middle of a global pandemic, and some governing body out there thinks it's a good idea to send these players all around the world, mixing from players from tens of different countries, it's absolutely ridiculous from that standpoint that we are having to do this. But I think what people aren't mentioning is the kind of an adverse effect that we're seeing from this is that the season is a lot more congested than it usually is. It started a month late, but it's still having to finish in May. So we're having an extremely congested fixture already at club level. So I don't see why now they're picking this to be a good time to have 3 games over the international break for each team, because you're just cramming so many games into such a small space of time. And like from Southgate's point of view, you can understand he wants to play his best players. Whether it's the Nations League game or a friendly, he's still the manager of his country and he's going to want to win every single one of those games. And I think the players will as well. They'll want to play and they'll want to, do their best and get the wins. But something has to be done. Like, I know the next international break isn't until March, but I think it's not going to happen. But that should be postponed. Aside from the coronavirus, players are going to get injured. Players are at risk, and there's absolutely no point in putting players in these dangerous positions for a Nations League tournament that nobody cares about anyway.
Agreed. I completely agree. And we're actually talking today to one of the BBC journalists again, and he was saying that he was looking further ahead to the future internationals for the World Cup qualifiers and next season. And again, it's going to be exactly the same. They're going to have 3 internationals for every pretty much international break, and it's going to be a bit crazy hectic schedule. But moving on from that, obviously Pep and Jose go head to head again, locking horns, renewing again their fierce rivalry of management. Who do you think is the better manager overall, and in terms of what they've achieved in their career? Because it's a hot debate at the moment.
Yeah, they're both doing a fantastic shout. They're up there at the top. I think it's similar to the Ronaldo Messi debate, obviously with a few other in there, but they're everyone's going to have their opinions. They both deserve the credit for what they've done. They've both gone to different countries and been successful there. Mourinho in Italy, Spain, and England, and then Guardiola in Spain, Germany, and England. I think at the moment, for the clubs that they're at right now, and I apologise in advance to everyone for saying this, but where they are now, I think you would have to give the edge to Pep Guardiola, because he's won league titles there. I know he's been there for longer. But in 6, 12, 18 months' time, I think I'll be changing my answer. And I think Tottenham may have a league title there to sway the debate in Jose Mourinho's way, because he's been here 12 months to the day, and you would not recognise the team you have today compared to that one last season, both in terms of personnel, but also in terms of what we actually see on the pitch, tactics, the desire and all that stuff. And, just us sitting here saying, yeah, no, we'll definitely beat City tomorrow. The feeling in the fan base is so different as well. So I think just because Mourinho hasn't had enough time to prove himself to be at that very top level at Spurs yet. But as I said, I'll be back here in 6, 12 months' time, and I'll be laughing saying it's Jose Mourinho every day of the week.
Yeah, if Jose wins a league with Tottenham, that ends the debate, doesn't it?
That's it.
So.
That ends the debate, yeah.
If Jose wins the league with Tottenham, Pep's got to go to someone outside the classic championship winners and win the league with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think even Mourinho coming to Spurs in a way sets him aside from Guardiola, because again, it was mentioned earlier the fact that Mourinho won the Champions League with Porto, so we know he has the ability to do that with teams that perhaps shouldn't be winning those trophies. But the very fact he's willing to put himself into that situation and try and go on and do something, like even you can say Carlo Ancelotti going to Everton and stuff like that. But I think it'll be interesting to see where Guardiola goes after City.
Yeah. And a quick prediction. Do you give a prediction for tomorrow?
2-1 Spurs.
2-1.
2-1 Spurs.
2-1.
Who's going to score?
Kane and Son.
And they're going to assist each other, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Looking
forward to it.
Thanks, Matt. Hopefully we'll get your views after the game tomorrow as well.
Speak soon.
See you, mate. All right, let's get on David Harris.
Come on,
Yes, David, how's it going, mate?
Yes, we're back, lads. Finally.
We're back, exactly. No more Ireland rubbish, no more England rubbish. We're back with real football.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah, we're back in the big time now. These are the games that we've been waiting for. The likes of City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Leicester. These are the games we want to be seeing. These are the games that the boys want to be playing in. And these are the games we bought Gareth Bale for. So I want Gareth Bale to start tomorrow. Over the last few years, we've had the upper hand on them. And I'm confident. Personally, I think this is where everything comes together in one big one big party. I think we're going to go out there and put on a good 90 minutes, and I think we're going to beat City. And even if we don't beat them, we could be 1-0 up, and they could get a dodgy VAR decision, and it could end in a draw. But I don't think we're going to lose tomorrow.
And do you think the fact that everyone we've spoken to so far on the call-in and people on social media, everyone seems very, very confident tomorrow. First of all, does that, of the fact that how confident we are, speak volumes of the job Mourinho's doing at the moment? But as well, do you think the fact that we're so confident is kind of setting all the whole fan base up to kind of have a meltdown tomorrow if we get a bad result?
Look, yeah, the Mourinho effect is in full swing. This is the effect that I came on defending my very first time on the show against Newcastle last season. And look, the fans are confident. They've every reason to be. The players have given us every reason to be confident. They've proved they can get over the line. They've proved they can keep a clean sheet. Look, this game for me tomorrow depends on Eric Dyer, to be honest, staying concentrated for 90 minutes. It depends on Iberg having a good game. And just listening to Matty, he was saying he doesn't think Tanganga's going to start. He's done it against Liverpool, so he could be in for a shout.
Yeah, it's a good point. But
I just want to get in, David. Maybe if we lose this game, you're going to start preaching for Deadly King to come on as manager again.
No, look, I love Deadly King. The man's a legend. No, if we lose tomorrow, it's not the end of the world. We're still only going to be about 3-4 points off the top if Leicester do win or Liverpool do win. So I'm not really too concerned. As long as we beat Chelsea and Arsenal to make up for it, that'd be massive. And then we have Leicester. But even if we win the next 3 games, we have Leicester coming up, and then we could go top then. And this is why we bought Mourinho. This is why we bought Gareth Bale. So I personally think we're in for a good couple of months, not just tomorrow, but I think we're in for a good next couple of months. We've got Ludogorets Thursday before the Chelsea game, and that's at home as well. So we don't have the benefit. We don't have the to fly over long range and then come back for Chelsea. So yeah, look, I think we're in for an exciting time here.
Yeah, and I think it's important. So you're saying it's important that everyone, even if we don't get the result that we're wanting tomorrow, that you still think we can still be challenging, even if the result doesn't go our way tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no need for our fan base to go into meltdown. Look, we're a big club now. This is why we're confident. We have one of the best managers in the world. We have some of the best players in the world. And it's about time our fan mentality has changed to being confident and getting behind the lads and getting behind the team. And I don't want to see any more of this topsy-turvy stuff where we're level game coming up to 80 minutes and fans are saying Jose out, stuff like this. I don't want any of that. If we lose tomorrow, it's not the end of the world, and that's that. Just one thing, I don't know if you heard the news coming out of Arsenal there about David Luiz and Ceballos.
Yes, I did. Yeah. It's Chris, they're cracking up over there.
Yeah,
I heard it.
Arteta said that. Arteta said he spoke about it. He said that a lot of things happen in training, but Danny Ceballos went on Twitter and was like, it's fake. So obviously it's not fake if Arteta said things happen in training, you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I heard it got that heated over there that Ceballos plugged in the hair straightener and started straightening David Luiz's hair. Actually, one insider source actually said to me it was like a drag queen locker room. Basically, apparently they were scratching each other and they were hairspray in each other's eyes. So I don't know, lads, but it's perfect coming up to the derby.
It's the Thomas Partey gone wrong.
Look, I told you before, they're a fashion club. All they care about is their hair. They're useless. And even their fan base is starting to realise now that they're finished. So we are the best team in North London now. Frank Lampard gets sacked this year. We'll beat them handy as well. But anyway, back to the City game. Yeah, I'm so confident tomorrow. And on the question about who's better, Mourinho or Guardiola, me personally, it has to be Mourinho. Look at the teams he's taken over compared to what Guardiola, the teams he takes over. And anytime he takes over a team, he has to go in and spend hundreds of millions to get things right. He's never gone to a club like you've seen Mourinho. He's gone to the likes of Porto. He won a league, he won a UEFA Cup, and then he won a Champions League. Then he went to Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea were taking over at the time, but they still weren't a big team in England, really. And he took them onto Premier League titles. He broke Sir Alex Ferguson's reign. He went to Madrid at the time. Madrid weren't the Madrid they were at the time. He completely transformed them. Same as Inter Milan, and now he's going to do the same with us. We're going to win the Premier League this year, lads.
All right, you heard it from the horse's mouth. David Harris is never wrong, I heard.
Never
so there
wrong.
You go.
Love it, David.
And just on the score prediction tomorrow, I think it's going to be 3-0. I think we start fast. Yeah, personally, I think we're going to start fast tomorrow. We're going to nick an early goal or two. And then when they have to come at us, we're going to catch them and go for a third. I think Gareth Bale is going to score tomorrow. These are the games he's made for. This guy, he dreams of scoring in these games. Same as Harry Kane, he'll get one tomorrow. And I'd love to. And Son, he loves a goal against City.
Yeah, he definitely does. Yeah. All right, David. Thank you. As always, thanks for coming on.
Come on, David. Come on. And I think David has a good point when he says about Eric Dyer. A lot depends on him because he kind of has to be the more physical defender because he's partnered with Toby. He has a lot more. He has quite a bit of responsibility. And the worry thing is, he came up against Lukaku against Belgium last couple of times. Hasn't impressed. Hasn't really done well. And it's all about him stepping up against superior or quality opposition.
Correct.
And really showing that he has the ability to step up a centre-back and be a starter for us. And there's a big opportunity for him tomorrow to show that. Because otherwise, if he again has a poor game and makes a mistake, the questions start coming back about Eric Dyer. And that's the sad reality. But we've got a new goal member, Josh Thakrar.
All right, welcome, my friend. Welcome
to Gold.
If you do want to come and join us on the fan show, the link is in your community section. But let's move on to the next guest, Zach. Yes, Zach.
That's
Harry Winks is back on the stream, people.
You're right. It was nice to see you in BBC Sport.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. You might see us again soon as well.
Yeah, well, it's good to just have the Premier League back in it, man. I'm excited for tomorrow.
International break has been a long slug.
It has been a long slug. Eric Dyer. He kind of...
Yeah, we're just talking about
We were talking about Eric Dyer just now being kind of... He needs to... What were we saying? He needs to really build up his strength. Well, not build up his strength,
he should
but
show tomorrow
a commanding performance tomorrow, as he didn't really show it against Lukaku, against Belgium for England. Are you worried about Eric Dyer on the weekend?
Do you know, I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about the whole selection that we're going to have at the back, though. I'm not sure, who... Obviously, Aurier is probably going to play on the right. So I don't know who we're going to have in the middle. I think Dyer's definitely going to go in, but then it's whether you want pace or experience next to him. And then on the left, do you want Reguilon running up when you've got Serge Aurier running up? I don't know. I think it's a proper headache in there at the back.
What would you do? What would you?
What do I do? I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'll probably go with Davis, Dyer, Alderweireld, and Aurier running up.
Really? No Reguilon?
I would go. Yeah,
I think Davis. Do you say?
Yeah, I think we need to be focusing on our defence tomorrow, innit, man? I think we'll miss Doherty tomorrow. Obviously, he's putting some good defensive performances. Obviously, with him down Corona.
The meltdown on Twitter if Davis starts would be intense. Probably.
I think we need to start off defensive, man. We need to make sure that we don't concede any goals in the first 60 minutes and then have a proper go in. I think we'll be playing a lot on the counter attack, but I watched Germany-Spain play, and obviously I watched Torres tear Germany's defence up. And obviously he plays on the right. Yeah. I think we just make sure we're not giving him any space if he does start tomorrow.
Am I right saying when we beat them 2-0, Tanganga started left back? I believe.
Yeah, well, you got to remember as well that we did have that penalty and Raheem Sterling did get sent off, if you remember.
Yeah, when Aurier gave away that penalty, didn't he? But I remember, pretty sure Tanganga played at left back when we beat them 2-0 at Man City. So maybe there's something to that. Maybe he will go with a more defensive back line. But does Gareth Bale get a start for you tomorrow?
Where's that beeping?
Is
that him or us?
Is that you? Is that you? Is that a car beeping? You got a road rage out there?
No, that's not me honking.
Oh, that's not you? Oh, so must be someone at the back end.
Okay.
No, what I was going to say, what was it? Bale or... Was you asking me if Bale should start?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think, like... Is Lamella fit? I was been Googling it. I couldn't work out if Lamella was fit. 'Cause if Lamella's fit, he's the one I'd start with, man.
He's not fit.
He's not fit, then I'll probably go with Bale, innit? I think I'd like to see more and Vinicius come on, maybe at the end. A bit of pace and a bit of strength. A bit like what we did against... a bit like what happened against West Brom.
When you're looking at Gareth Bale and Lucas Moura, let's say it's a straight shootout for them two to be starting on the right-hand side. Would you prefer Bale to start and Lucas Moura to come on, kind of saying if we're defending a game so he can defend from the front? Or would you say Lucas Moura to start and then Bale to come on? Because I feel it is better for Lucas Moura to come on if we're kind of defending a game to defend from that front.
Yeah, I think like when they're tied out, I think we know that Lucas is going to put a shift in, isn't he? He's going to be running around, causing them ragged, and I think that's more effective in the last half an hour or last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's what I think, Mum.
And we've been asking everyone who's been on the stream, who is the better manager, Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho? Who do you think comes out on top? It's a hot topic, I think. A lot of split a lot of fan bases. But where do you?
I think there's a lot of similarities between like the Messi Ronaldo thing. I think obviously I think Jose Mourinho is a bit more of a Ronaldo where he works hard. Do you know what I mean? But Pep Guardiola is a bit more naturally gifted, man. I think his vision for football is just obviously next level. But then obviously Jose has done it with worse teams. So I guess it's pros and cons. But obviously you got to back Jose at the minute, haven't you? Like,
do you think Pep Guardiola can do it without unlimited bank budget?
No, I don't know. I think that would be interesting to see. I don't know if he could, because he's got such a style of football which he has to play. Like I don't know. I think with Jose he has got like different styles that he does play, and he's a bit more adaptive than maybe Pep is.
I agree, because I feel like Pep needs kind of the best players to play the way he does, and Jose doesn't, and that's kind of a big difference. And
I don't know, obviously, he's just signed that contract, innit? And obviously now there's all links with Messi and stuff. I don't know if City will still be as hungry. I don't know if they think they're going to get Messi if they're just going to have this season off. Because like, there's a lot, I don't know, the focus doesn't seem to be on them in the present. It's more about next season for them. So I don't know if that'll work against our advantage. Yeah, I don't feel like they don't seem to have the buzz around them this season that they've had in previous.
Yeah, I feel like the squad though was quite unsettled by the uncertainty about Guardiola's future, whether he was leaving at the end of the season or whether he was going to stay. And I didn't know. I think the players didn't know where they stand. But I feel like now he's signed a contract, I feel personally that could give him a bit of a lift. But do you feel the same way?
I don't know. I also read that they was getting a bit fed up with how intense Pep Guardiola's obviously training and stuff is, and I don't know whether they think, oh no, we've got, do you know what I mean, 2 more years of a hard graft. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that might have an effect, but I don't know.
I mean, the truth will all be revealed soon, and see how we do this season, see how they do, and next season as well. But I think you're pretty spot on saying that it feels as though Man City are really gearing up for next season. I think
like this will be a good season. Like if we're going to challenge for the league, innit, I think this is a good chance to get City while they're not tunnel vision about this season. Like obviously with Liverpool not doing too bad, like we need to, fingers crossed, man, all the stars align and that.
And what's your prediction tomorrow then?
Oh, prediction, I don't know, man. I think probably a 2-0, 2-1.
Spurs.
Hopefully we can get one of their players sent off early, innit, and then just close up sharp. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, Mike Dean is taking the reins of the game on tomorrow.
Goodness
the last time he took the reins of a Spurs Man City game, we won 2-0 and Zinchenko got sent off. So
Zinchenko yellow card, Sterling yellow card.
Well, fingers crossed in it. VAR's unplugged in it tomorrow.
Let's hope so. All right, nice one, Zach.
Well, good to see you, lads.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, mate.
Speak to you tomorrow.
Carl, you Spurs.
I actually have a feeling that this season, why we have a better chance than maybe in other seasons, obviously because whatever all the other quality of the squad and Mourinho and everything. I actually think the way Mourinho sets up his team is going to benefit us this season more than ever because of Corona. because there's a heightened muscle injuries and everything. I think that intensive pressing system that Liverpool, City like to play and that we used to like to play, it's going to be tougher to play that this season. I think it's going to cause more injuries and it's going to be more difficult to manage that. And whereas Mourinho can grind out wins by sitting deep and hitting teams on the counter-attack and not using as much energy as those kind of systems do, and that might be able to help us this season.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Let's bring on Sylvester. Sylvester Stallone, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, my brother? What's up?
How you doing, man? You alright?
All good. I've been waiting for a long time.
Sorry for you waiting, my friend. But I think there are quite a few people there waiting. So as well, anyone out there that's been waiting a while, apologies. We're trying to speak to everyone here, but
I've been excited to come on for a long time.
Oh,
well, we're
glad to have you on. Man.
Glad to have you on.
Where are you calling from?
India.
Amazing.
Really cool, man.
Yeah.
I want to know your opinions tomorrow. Man City title race is on if we win this game.
I'm excited, but every time you're excited, Tottenham let you down. So I'm just taking it cool. Let's see what happens.
Exactly. Don't get too excited. Everyone needs to know not to be too overconfident.
This guy, he's proper Spurs. This guy, he knows the truth.
My thing is, let's trust the process, not the games.
Right. So you are you expecting us to get the result tomorrow?
I'm not going to predict that. I'm just going to enjoy the game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. But I know there's a Jose Mourinho masterclass somewhere up there.
How do you expect the game? Yeah, go on.
With 2 weeks in his hand to prepare for a Manchester City game for his biggest rival and Pep Guardiola, he surely has something up his sleeves.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You have to hope so.
I agree with that. But when you match up Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola, we've been asking everyone this. Who's the better manager?
No, I always find Guardiola's football better to watch.
But does that mean he's a better manager because he plays the better football?
No. I just think Jose's a better manager. He knows how to manage small players and big players. Pep knows how to manage expensive players.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. But how do you envisage tomorrow the game going? Do you expect it to be standard, City having a lot of possession, Tottenham trying to hit them on the counter-attack? Or do you think, could we spring surprise?
No, you know what Jose is going to do tomorrow. He's going to shut shop and hit them on the counter. There's no two-way. Jose will play mind games. He's been playing it all season against Pep, criticizing his transfer budget, talking about Sterling today. He knows how to get. That's how you win titles. You win titles in the press conference as well. He's trying to do that for us.
Yeah,
you can see he's feeding the mentality of the squad as well.
In terms of personnel, who plays for you tomorrow? Any big changes?
Gareth Bale has to come off the bench tomorrow. That game is going to be too intense for him to play in the first 11. He has to come out from the bench.
I see. Okay, Bale on the bench.
Bale on the bench.
And in terms of midfield, Lo Celso has been quite good over the international break, but does he come in for Ndombele?
I'm impressed with Ndombele, but I still prefer Lo Celso.
So Lo Celso starts tomorrow for you?
Yes, Lo Celso starts for me. Sissoko there, we need the runners over there. And Højbjerg is, of course, his spot is guaranteed over there. He's Mourinho's Matic, it looks like.
Yeah, I think so. How important is it that we get a result tomorrow?
To be honest, tomorrow the statement day. If we get a result tomorrow, means we are making a statement to the Premier League that, where the talks are going on, are Spurs title challengers, are they not? Do you think Jose can do it? Tomorrow will be a statement day. If Harry Kane, Son can pick their game up tomorrow when it matters the most, never know. We can go all the way. These are the games that give you the run for the season. You get confidence with these games. So let's hope. I'm hoping for the best. I'm nervous, to be very honest with you, because every time I just say we are on a good run, we're going to smash them, something happens wrong. I went for the United game nervous at once. I touched my altar before going for the game.
All right, touch it again, please.
Just constantly keep touching.
Yeah, I have to, no problem. What about you all? What are you thinking about the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's going to be tight. I really think it's going to be a tight game. I think it literally, it's one of these games that can go any way. Literally, it can be.
You're looking very nervous also.
Yeah, I'm always nervous. I'm just a nervous human being when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur.
Comes to the territory.
I have that same problem. I have that same. No, my heart is, of course, Spurs, but I'm just so nervous what's going to happen. I don't want to be disappointed at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, that's 100%. But you can always rely on Tottenham to let your weekend down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just think that this is our year. It just somewhere down the line, it thinks this is our year.
Why do you think that? Well, why do you think this year is more likely than any other?
I'm telling you what, if Jose Mourinho had to be the manager at the time we were fighting Leicester for the title, there was no way Leicester would have won that title.
See, that
And
confident.
with the way the Premier League is going right now, it's an open league. And if we are there within it after the first 22 games, 25 games, there's no way we are going to lose that title from there. If you can call us bottlers, you can call us anything, but under Jose Mourinho, we're not going to bottle it.
I like it. I like your confidence. And what's your prediction then for tomorrow?
I'm not going to predict, brother.
Not gonna
I'll
predict.
come back after I'll come back after the show. We'll discuss it after the game.
Superstitious. You know, Jose said he's the opposite of superstitious.
Yeah.
He's not
Yes.
superstitious at all. We have to follow our
I heard that
manager's
today.
lead.
I was surprised when he said that, And I wanted him to be the England manager once upon a time. And when he joins Tottenham, I was so happy for it. I couldn't tell you. I was very happy with Pochettino, but when it was Jose to replace him, I said that you couldn't get a better replacement.
All right. I
I
just
just
one.
just the last point.
Yeah,
Just
please.
the last point. I just feel that Daniel Levy had a plan, had a dream, and Jose Mourinho is the end to the dream. It's just my thinking.
I can't.
All right, let's hope he gets a very happy ending to the dream. Let's, you know what I mean. But thank you so much for coming
Please
on.
call again soon, Sylvester. It was a good call.
Very
Please
good
call.
call. Thank you.
Come again soon, man.
I just want to let people know. Thank you, and to you. I just want to let people know in the back end. Just want to apologise for everyone that's been waiting so long. It has been only open to gold members, but I can see a lot of people in the comment section that are not gold members that are wanting to come on. So we'll try and find a bit of time at the end where we can open it to you guys, but we've just got too many gold members waiting in the back end at the moment, so we just can't right this second. But we will try and open it up right at the end for some non-members to call in. We'll put it in the comment section. But
And also, people, nearly 600 people watching, only 159 likes. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, guys.
Get that to
Press
1,000,
that like
guys.
button.
Get
Press
that to
like
1,000. Let's bring on Josh.
Josh.
Yes, Josh.
Yo, what's happening,
What's going
guys?
on,
How we
man?
doing?
I hope you're not driving and
I'm
on
driving.
the phone.
I'm the guy that had the road rage. I saw an Arsenal fan, so I thought I'd give him some,
I see.
Good.
Why
Give
not?
it to him. You know what I mean?
I did. What's the difference between a samosa and Arsenal?
What's that?
3 points.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
Happy Diwali, man. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali. Where are you calling from? Are you in
that.
India, right? Where are you?
I'm not in India, man. I'm in Greenford, mate. West
Oh,
London.
Greenford. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm looking for Chelsea fans. I want to sort them out before the
He's
weekend.
on the lookout. I love this guy. What are you
So what's
doing?
happening, guys? It's my first one, so hello to the Spurs family and the We Are Tottenham family.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Welcome on. It's good to have you.
No problem.
Very good
No
call so
problem.
far. So keep up the good work. That's for sure. But
good.
look, let's talk about the game. We've got a massive game this weekend. Do you think our season is defined by our next 7 games?
Do you know what, mate? I think that there's been a lot of hype, me included, mate. I'm an optimistic Spurs fan, not a negative one. I always look for the dream in it, and I think it's coming. But I want to say to everyone, the next 4 or 5 games defines whether or not we're going to be in for a chance for the title. I don't think if we go on a losing streak or we draw and miss points, I think that's potentially the title over. So by Christmas or by January, by New Year's, we could be sitting there in 6th or 8th thinking what went wrong. So this is it, man. For me, this is it. This patch now coming. The good thing is these are 6-pointers, guys. They're not 3-pointers. We can put our own rivals way back. So this is it, mate. I'm nervous. This next 4 or 5 weeks, I'm glad lockdown's going to lift because I'm going to be out there enjoying myself. But I'm really nervous, man, because the next 4, 5, 6 games, it's everything, isn't it? We could throw it away.
Do you not share the optimism that a lot of your fellow Spurs fans have been displaying today?
Look, we've never had a manager as successful as Mourinho until probably Bill Nick. I mean, you'd have to look at the stats on that, but I don't know who's, in terms of trophies won.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anyone, I can't think of anyone in the modern era or even in the last 50 years. And it's been more than 50 years since we won a title. So this is our best chance, and this is why Levy's spending all this money. Because are we going to get someone like Jose again? Are we? You know, he had a bit of a downturn last year with United, and we picked him up when others were putting him down in the press. So we've actually got a little angel in disguise here. We've never had a manager like this. In my whole life, I've never seen a manager like this with at Spurs. We've never spent this kind of money. We've never had the stadium. We've never had the facilities. But for the first time in a very long time, we've got the whole infrastructure package to win something big. And bless Pochettino, because he took us within distance of it, but the project wasn't quite finished. Plus, I don't think Levy trusted Poch as much as he trusts Jose. So this is it, guys. This is it for us. We've got the whole package. I think the players are going to turn up. But being a Spurs fan, we don't know what it feels like. We've never tasted success. Yeah. What do we know?
No proper success.
It's been 2008. You know, that's a long time since we won anything. And for us, this is new territory. But the one man who does this in his sleep is Jose Mourinho. So we can dream. But I think, like your last caller said, we can start dreaming. But, I mean, the next 4 or 5 games, massive, huge. For any Spurs fan, massive. If you're a Tottenham fan, you're going into the next month absolutely nervous and just, you know, shaking like a leaf.
Yeah. Well, how do you see the game going tomorrow?
I think, see, for me, you've got to start Bale. The reason I say you start Bale is not only is he fitter than he was, but City are going to leave gaps. City are coming for 3 points, guys. Let's not get it twisted. They're not coming for a draw, yeah? And City are the kind of team that will attack from the minute. They're not going to get to half-time and go, let's attack. They're going to say, Sterling, De Bruyne and co, let's do this. That's going to leave massive opportunities for Son and Bell. So they're the only runners. I mean, Lucas Moura and Bergwijn probably won't start. I think he'll go with Bell. So for me, it's all about Bale and Son and Kane. And I think the back four are going to do their job. And we're asking the back four to defend. Obviously, we're going to have the overlaps when we need them. But for me, tomorrow, it's all about Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale, for me, gets a goal tomorrow. And I think we're going to see Gareth Bale tomorrow turn up. And I think this is what we've been waiting for. And I can see a goal, at least from Bale, and I can see an assist as well, actually, the way he's playing. And I think this is made for Gareth Bale, guys. Obviously, Sonny as well, let's not forget. But I think Mourinho's got to start Bale. I think it's made for him, honestly.
And what score prediction are you going for tomorrow?
I'm gonna go a high score. I'm gonna go Spurs to knock in 3, and I think City will knock in 1 or 2. So I'm gonna go 3-2 to Spurs.
3-2, high scoring game. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, man. I think listen, there's gonna be gaps all over the pitch, guys. You've seen the last few games. It's been frustrating, and it's been a brick wall. Tomorrow it's gonna be back to United, back to Chelsea, back to them open flying West Ham, back to them games. And I just see Bale playing a massive part tomorrow, man. I just hope he starts him. And even if he starts Moura, I'm still happy because Moura can wiggle in and out of spaces. But I hope he starts Gareth Bale. I really do.
I mean, the only thing that really worries me is just how confident all the Spurs fans are at the moment. And I know,
mate.
When it happens, we usually don't have a good result. You know what I mean?
Do you know what's going to happen? You're going to get Tottenham fans in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah, either going to go, you know, become sofa fans, or you're going to get the excited fans. Obviously, you get the real fans that stick it out, whatever happens. The ones that just get on with it, like we are, you know. And you just take the losses on the chin, and you don't celebrate the wins massively, but you know, you just take it season by season. The next 4 weeks, the papers are going to either slate us for being typical Spurs and bottle jobs, or they're going to start talking us up for the title, saying Mourinho, you know, let's say we take, I mean, I ain't got the fixture list in front of me, but let's say we sort of win, let's say we win tomorrow, the paper's going to be all over it. Yeah, from Sunday, the paper's going to be all over it. We could potentially be top of the league this time tomorrow. Well, it would have kicked off this time tomorrow, but yeah, we'll be top of the league tomorrow evening. Just shows everyone it's live television, in case you're wondering. But, you know, I mean, look, Mourinho's got to keep everyone's egos intact. And there isn't a better man in football that can manage egos. One of your previous callers mentioned it. Spurs players, look at Kane, what he said yesterday or today. You know, this is it. We've never had this opportunity. we can do big things. I don't mind Kane saying that. You know, as a Spurs fan, that's a legend, a living legend. But I think also Hugo Lloris, Kane, the senior players need to say, right, guys, it's flipping game 10 or whatever it is. We win it, nothing changes. You know, I want to see the players take it game by game, and I know they are. But my worry is the players are going to run away with it, and we then get ahead of ourselves, and then we go and lose to a team like I don't know, you know, like an average team in the bottom 10. So if you look at Klopp in Liverpool, their consistency was just bang on it, and even Klopp, when they were 25 points ahead, said no, we still have to win it. So I want to see more of that from the players. I want to see maturity. I don't want to see excitement, because if they get excited, we get excited. I'm not sure that's what we need. That's not the recipe. And I think Mourinho, if you look at him, even I was watching a video this morning in training, he's got his head down and he's walking along with the bag. He's very serious. He's very focused. And I think he's trying to get that message to the players. You can have a fun training session, but at the end of the day, it's flipping business. This is business. You know what I mean? This is what I'm about. I'm a winner. And how many of you guys have got it in you to stick it out the whole season? Yeah. Or how many of you guys are going to get excited and get ahead of yourselves? And I think Mourinho still doesn't even know his players, but he's going to find out in the next 4 or 5 weeks who is real hard, you know, made of steel players, and who are the ones that bottle it. And I think Toby's up there in his favourites. Eric Dyer's obviously a favourite, you know, but he's going to find out about Sissoko and Lo Celso and Dombele and all them guys. He's going to find out, and I don't think he sees Ali as a serious player. Everyone's saying, why is Ali left out the squad? We all know Ali's got talent on match day, but I don't think he's serious. I think he's a joker. I think he's a clown, and I think that's why Mourinho's stuck him out to dry, because he doesn't want clowns in the dressing room. You lot saw on the documentary, the guy's throwing about his bits and bobs. Eric Dyer's quite serious, saying, listen, calm down. You know, and I think, you know, people say, why is Ali not playing? It's not just to do with talent, guys, because we all know he's talented.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
I think you're absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Thanks for the call. Absolutely pleasure to have you on,
guys.
mate.
See you again, mate, after the game.
Yeah,
for sure. You have to call back, man.
You have to call back.
You
Great call. Great call. Come Spurs!
Come on.
Come Spurs!
Love that from Josh. Love that.
Let's get Nick on.
Hey, Nick.
You got the TV on in the background?
Nick? Nick?
Nick?
Hi, Nick. Hi, Nick.
Nick?
You alright?
Yeah, good, thanks.
What's that you got on?
This is my top Cypriot team.
Oh, Cypriot team, right? Okay.
Which Cypriot? Which team is it?
Larnaca.
Larnaca.
We went to where? Nicosia. We went to Nicosia, yeah.
Yeah, when we played Nicosia a few years ago.
But Nick, how are you feeling about the game?
Yeah, I'm quite confident.
Have you got some TV or radio on in the background?
Oh yeah, sorry, it's the TV. Let me just close it.
All right. TV time with Nick.
Exactly. TV time with Nick.
Sorry to interrupt you.
So Nick, tell me, how's the game going to go this weekend?
Oh, I think it's going to be a very close game. I think whoever scores first might go on to win the game.
Yeah, and who will score first?
I think we're going to do it in the first 20 minutes.
First 20 minutes, yeah.
What, you think a 1-0 win for Spurs?
No, my head says 1-1, but my heart says 2-1 Spurs.
And how do you feel we're going to set up? Because usually it looks like we're doing a 4-3-3, but sometimes Jose throws a bit of a curveball in big games. Do you think that's the case this weekend?
Yeah, I think we're going to play on the counter-attack. Probably. Give Man City possession of the ball and we hit them on the break with Son's pace, Bell or Mora on the right.
So you think Bell's going to start tomorrow?
I'm not so sure because he played the other day for Wales, 90 minutes. And Mora is more fresh.
So you think Mora is going to get the nod?
I hope Bell starts because he always plays good against City.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a bad shout. Well, previously anyway, 7 years ago he did use
7 years ago. Yeah. We've been asking everyone about Mourinho and Pep Guardiola. Who do you think the
even if we go behind, we can win, because when we beat them 4-1, when Bale scored, we were losing 1-0, and we won 4-1.
That's true. We won 3-1. But who's a better manager, Pep or Jose?
They're two different styles. Pep's more of an attacking manager with good on the eye, but Mourinho's more of a defensive manager.
But who's better? Is that what? Can you say one's better than the other, or
probably
not?
I'll probably choose Mourinho because he's won more titles.
Is that your wife behind you?
That's my sister.
Your sister.
She a Spurs fan as well?
Yeah.
That's good. Getting the family in.
Score prediction for the weekend?
Probably 2-1 to Spurs.
2-1 to Spurs. 2-1. Who's going to score?
Son and Bale.
And Bale.
Son and Bale.
2 assists for Harry Kane?
1 assist from Harry Kane and maybe the other one from Lo Celso or Dombele.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming on, Nick.
Nice one,
Bye, mate. Take later.
See you as always.
See you next time.
See you soon, mate.
See you next time. We've got Gale next.
Gale.
Not Gareth Bale, but Gareth Gale.
Sorry, Nick.
Yes, Gale. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, mate.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing great. How about you guys? First time on the chat.
I'm doing all right. It's just gearing up for the big game. End of the international break. We're just getting it's a very, very biggest test of the season. Do you think we have the chops to pass this test?
Honestly, a lot of people who has been on the call sort of had that confidence with the players that we're gonna go ahead and win the game. But I'm actually myself, I'm not so sure about it, because I know the quality of City, the players and what they have with pace and talent, with the ball as well, and Pep obviously a really good manager as well. I don't know. I think it's really about a game that's both teams are really, really good. Jose has built a really good team this season with last season's work obviously as well. But I think that it really is about which team wants to win this game. If City wants to win this game more than us, then I think maybe City's going to win the game. But obviously, I think Jose has been building that winning mentality with the team this season. So I think if I would say, I won't have the greatest confidence of all, but I know that if the boys know that they want to win the game, they will go ahead and win the game. But it will be very, very tight as well. But who knows? It will be an exciting game. Yeah.
Do you feel like the timing of Pep's signing of a contract is going to work against us?
Honestly, I don't know. I think for Pep, I mean, his time at City has been that's successful, but also one that's he hasn't won any Champions League titles. So he hasn't done the thing that City most want to do. But I think him staying longer at City might not be the best thing, I would say, for City, because he has already have the team brought the team to that top level. But I don't really see him doing anything really exciting again with City. So, but obviously it's the opposite because we've got Jose Mourinho on the middle of the second season here. I think he's building a great team, and I think the coming 2 weeks, the next few games in the league will definitely say if we're gonna challenge the title or not. I won't say we will win every game, but if we go out there and we show that we have that win mentality, I think we will be on the run for the title this season.
In terms of personnel, tomorrow there are a few decisions he has to make. Does he put in Lo Celso? Does Bale get a start on the right hand side? Who's going to start centre back? How do you feel he goes tomorrow?
I think it's going to be really unpredictable. The lineup is going to be because he's going to throw curveballs. That's one thing for sure. I think Jose is going to do. He's done that with important games last season, and I think this one with City, we have to go about it in a way that I think Pep is not going to expect. Obviously, they're both really good managers. But I think Jose is going to surprise Pep with some lineup, with some difficult things for him to handle within the game, not just before and in preparation with the game. But for me personally, I don't think Bale is going to start, as many people want Bale to start. But I think Mora is going to start because he has that little bit of liveliness, that little bit of a vitality on the right-hand side. He has got that extra bit of pace. You know, he wants the ball more. He dribbles with the ball more. He could create more chances, I think. But I think Bale will come out in the second half, maybe, to change the game if things aren't going our way. And in the middle, I think Lo Celso and Ndombele, they can very much start together with Højbjerg on the back, you know, protecting them for defense. And I think in for center backs, I don't know. I think Dyer and Alderweireld, if that's possible, I don't know. Or Sanchez. I think it really depends on what Jose wants to do with his game, whether it's attacking or defending more. But yeah.
In terms of Eric Dyer, he's obviously had a really good struck up a really good partnership recently with Toby Alderweireld. He's playing quite well in the league for Tottenham. In the past 3 games, we've been really tight defensively. But when he goes to England, plays against Belgium a couple times in the past 2 international breaks, didn't impress really, kind of struggled up against Romelu Lukaku. Are you worried that against maybe superior opposition he could be found out a bit, or you think he'll step up tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't think the international games and his performances and international games can say too much, because obviously he's with a different system, a different manager, a different way of playing the game, a different mentality as well, playing for the country. But I think if Dyer starts tomorrow, he will do his best, because always, however we shit on Eric Dyer sometimes, but I think he's such a dedicated player. He's such a player that wants the best for the team always. And I think in such a big occasion, he's definitely going to step up as some of a leader in the defensive side. And I think he'll put up a good game if he'll start. Yeah.
All right. Can I get you? Did you give a score prediction?
No, he didn't. Go on.
Can I get a score prediction?
I would go for a 1-0 win for Spurs.
1-0.
Well, great minds think alike, my friend. Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
Nice.
Thanks, Gail. Thank you. We can hear you still, Gail. We can still hear you.
Thank you for your support, and thank you for coming on, man. Much appreciated.
Let's go for Simon. Yes, Simon.
Yes, Simon. You're right.
Hi, guys.
Sorry if you've been waiting a while, but we had a lot of guests to get through today.
That's fine. So what do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Spurs fans are a bit too confident for my liking, to be honest. But look, I'm also confident, so what can I say? I mean, you got fancy Spurs tomorrow, surely.
Yeah, I think tomorrow, as you were saying now, I think Josie's going to throw a surprise. And the surprise is, I think he's going to, I don't like it at home, but I think he'll go 3 at the back tomorrow. I really do.
Really? Who starts at centre-back then at that 3 at the back?
Dyer, Toby, and I think Ben Davis.
Really?
Davis is centre-back.
No Sanchez or Rodon?
No. Sanchez is always a mistake waiting to happen with him. Always a mistake waiting to happen. And I will leave then Aurier and Reguilon just hitting the flanks. And I'll put Højbjerg and I put Ndombele together.
Centre.
And I play Bale, Kane, Son.
Interesting.
Because Bale's got to start tomorrow. He's got to start.
I agree.
Why is that?
Because the game could be lost before he comes on, and if we want a chance to win this game, Bale is a big time player. This is the games where you play Bale. You've got to play Bale in his games. Have to.
You say Bale's a big time player, but you know Lucas Moura has had previous and big games. Obviously a hat-trick in Amsterdam, 2 goals at Old Trafford a couple of years back as well. So does Lucas Moura not get a shout?
Yeah, he comes close, but when you're talking of Lucas and Bale, to me, sorry, but Bale on his day, he's different. He's different gear. And I think these are the sort of games you have to play. This is why I think he's bringing Bale in for these sort of games.
Do you think that with the Bale thing, we're thinking too much of what he did against City kind of 7 years ago, as opposed to like how he's playing at the moment?
No, not really. I just think the guy can change a game just like that. That's the quality. You got Bale in and around the box. The guy can change the game. Okay, Luka's got legs. He'll run all day for you, but I don't think he's got that quality. What Bale's got, what we need to unlock Man City tomorrow. I think tomorrow he's got to start. He's got to start. I think.
Who's a better manager, Jose or Pep?
I agree with everyone. They're two different managers. As I said, Pep with great attacking football, but Jose, he can manage big time players, and I think that's the difference in Jose. He can have these world class players, and he's done it time in, time out. And I think Jose just edges Pep.
But do you think Pep can do it without the money?
Well, this is what we've been saying for a time now. If you don't give Pep money, I don't think he can do it like what Jose does. I really don't. I think Pep has always he's got to have money to spend.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and like even at Spurs for Jose Mourinho, everyone's talking about how Levy's loosened the purse strings for him, but he hasn't actually spent that money. And with the quality of players he's got, with the money he's spent, is absolutely second to none, isn't it?
Oh, it surprised me. Because I never thought we'd get Gareth Bale in this summer. It's been talks of it every transfer window. But I think the last caller, or the couple of calls before that, the one from Greekford, I think he said, this is why I think Daniel Levy has brought Jose in, and his dream is to win this league. And I think he said, and I think this is why he's bringing the Gareth Bales in and the Regulons. And I think he believes. I think Daniel Levy now believes we can go on and win this league with Jose Mourinho and his team we've got here now.
Do you think we've got more of a chance to win the league this season than we did in the season where maybe Chelsea or Leicester won the league under Poch?
Yeah, I think we've got a better chance this time round. Only reason being because Jose's there and he's getting that tightness at the back. We're defending well at the minute, and the mentality's right. At this minute, the mentality's right. I think everyone's buying into what Jose wants. I think with Poch, I think there's too many players, as we said, like Dele Alli's and things like that, and won't turn up for one game, you'll turn up for another game and things like that. I think that's what the mentality weren't there under Poch. But I think under Jose now, we have got mentality. He's correct at the minute. It's correct. We just need to take it game by game. I think we can't look forward 7 games ahead, game by game.
Yeah,
we need to.
And will these next 7 games, I know you're saying take it game by game, I'm still going to ask you about the next 7 games. Are these next 7 games going to shape our season?
Definitely. Absolutely. I think if you look at the games coming up, even if we lose against City tomorrow, it's not end off. It's not end off. If we can go and then beat Chelsea and Arsenal. But I think, yeah, you're correct there. I think these 7 games, I think Jose will be absolutely hammering these players. If you want to win it, who's with me? Who's with me with these 7 games? We've got to go and win these games.
And what's your prediction then tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm going with a 3-1.
3-1. Very confident.
I think we're going to absolutely come out the blocks flying, and I think we'll get that early goal. And I think Jose will say, just come and hit us, and we'll hit him on the counter all the time. I think it's going to be another United game. I really do.
All right. Well, let's hope you're right. Let's really hope you're right. Thanks for coming on again.
All right, guys, keep it up, and I'll be on tomorrow. Cheers, guys.
All right, see you tomorrow, mate. See you tomorrow.
Nice to see you, Simon.
Cheers. And I think it's the last guest of the day.
2 more, I think.
Oh, 2 more. All right, let's go for Ariane. Ariane, I know you've been waiting there quite a long time. Sorry.
We've got you on now, man. Do we even bother asking you Pep or Mourinho? I think we know the answer.
I mean, he said Mourinho over Sir Alex, so.
I think Jose Mourinho is by far the better manager. Mourinho could do it at a club like Porto to win the Champions League. Pep couldn't do it at Bayern Munich. Yeah, sure, he won the Bundesliga, but like even Hansi Flick, I believe, won the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. Like
Hansi Flick won the
not
Champions
sorry,
League.
who was
with Bayern.
behind it? Who was, but Hansi Flick is a great manager. I'm talking about the guy before him.
Niko Kovac.
Kovac.
Yes, I think even he's won it with Bayern Munich. Any manager in that kind of league with the kind of players Bayern Munich have can do it. So I don't think
well,
that's.
Niko Kovac beat us 7-2, didn't he?
Yeah, and then got sacked a few
And
months
they got
later.
sacked the day after. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but tell me what your thoughts are for the game tomorrow. You know, it's our biggest test of the season. A lot of people on here have been predicting wins. A lot of people saying that if we want to put a marker down for a title challenge, we need to be getting a result tomorrow. How important is the game for you tomorrow, and how do you see it going?
I think the game for us tomorrow, especially because even though Manchester City are really low down on the table, or lower than they should be, they've got a game in hand, and if they win those 2 games in hand, they get level on points with us. So we need to go out and at least get a draw here. We need to get some points out of this game. We can't lose this. Even if we do, it's not the end of the world, but I think if there was a game that we really should win, especially because it's at home, it's Manchester City, we definitely need to get a result here. And I think like Manchester United, against teams like West Brom and Brighton and Burnley, these are teams that don't even expect the 3 points. They come in for the draw. They come in super compact, as many men behind the ball as they can. They just try their best to somehow head us on the counter. It works sometimes, other times it doesn't. It hasn't worked very well this season because of just how we've been so defensively solid. And I think teams that are playing like Manchester City are going to actually favor us a little bit better. It's going to play into our hands. They're going to have a little more of a stretched back line. They're going to have like flying fullbacks like a Kyle Walker and João Cancelo. They've got a bit of a shaky defense doing that at the same time. So I think when we have players like Son and maybe Bale or Lucas who've got the pace to get in behind, and Harry Kane who can ping the ball in at outstanding accuracy, hopefully the best pass on the pitch on the night next to Kevin De Bruyne. We could definitely hurt them, but it also comes down a little bit to our defense. If they can hold back, the quality that Manchester City have. I don't know what players are injured. I still think Aguero is injured, but even if he isn't, I think it's been like 8 months since he scored a Premier League goal. So, I think there are wingers like that Fran Torres, who just had an amazing game for Spain, and if Sterling is fit or if Mahrez is fit. Yeah, they've got a lot of attacking quality, so we got to rely on that back line. So we'll see what happens there.
I mean, Man City's players on international break absolutely smashed it. I mean, Ruben Diaz scored 2, Torres scored 3. I don't know if you saw Mahrez's goal for Algeria as well. What a goal that was! Bloody hell. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of Spurs fans are very confident throughout. Everyone that we've spoken to, I think, thinks we're going to win by 1 or 2 goals. Does that worry you a bit, how confident the Spurs fans are going into the game?
Yeah, I want to know if also, do you think City are being underestimated? If you think a lot of the fans are underestimating City's quality?
I think City are a bit in a false position in the table. Like I said, I think that game in hand also gives people a lot of confidence because they don't realize how many points that actually is because of how early it is in the season. So I do think City are getting a little bit underestimated here, especially since they lost 5-2 or something ridiculous to Leicester City. But then again, you have to remember like 3 of those goals were penalties, and Leicester have had like 7 penalties this season or something stupid.
Ridiculous.
So, I think people are definitely underestimating City, and my confidence doesn't actually come from the fact that it's Manchester City. It comes from the fact that we've got Jose Mourinho, and it's a big team. He's a big game player. We've got more big game players now. We've got a different mentality, and our playstyle suits big teams who like to attack more. So I think that's where my confidence comes from more than the fact that City are so low down on the table, because I think they're going to surprise everybody with how good they're going to come up the blocks. Like you said, their players over the international break have been absolutely phenomenal, but we've had some good players over the international break. I mean, I think Harry Winks played pretty well. I doubt he's going to play. I think Giovanni Lo Celso smashed it against Argentina, though. So with Argentina, not against them. So it'll just come down to because I think international football, you also can't really take a lot out of that. It's just a different system they play in with a different manager, with different players. It's not really the same. That's probably why Harry Winks does so well in that squad. He's just surrounded by more average players, if you're being honest. So,
how do you think we set up tomorrow? Do you think Mourinho, a lot of people saying, not a lot of people, but a few people saying Mourinho could potentially string a surprise, maybe go 3 at the back? Also, do you think Bale gets a start on the right-hand side?
I think Bale definitely could get a start on the right-hand side. I think it's been about, I think it's already been about 4 days or 3 days since he's played by the time the game comes tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he'd still be rested enough for him to be fully like fit. I don't think his fatigue is going to be too big of a problem when he's getting chosen or not. I don't think Giovanni Lo Celso is unfortunately going to start just because of the fact that Tanguy and Ndombele stayed to train with Jose Mourinho and then Lo Celso didn't. Obviously, our other midfielders like Dele Alli and Harry Winks have already been struggling are probably not going to start. So the midfield is probably going to be pretty similar. I don't think he's going to go for something like 3 at the back. You don't want to change the defense like drastically when you're going up against a team with the attacking quality of Manchester City. So the only thing that could change is maybe that right wing spot. I just don't think he's going to throw too many curveballs here because when you're dealing with such a big game, it's a little bit. It's a bit of a tough thing to throw a curveball because on one hand it could completely paralyze the enemy team like it did against Arsenal and with the 4-4-2, but on the other hand it could also mess us up like we threw at the back against Norwich.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. I don't think he's gonna throw too much of a curveball. I think the only curveball he might do is like start someone strange, like instead of Ndombele somehow do start Lo Celso or start Lo Celso instead of Sissoko. We'll see.
That would be a real.
I mean, if he does start Lo Celso instead of Sissoko, are you worried that we don't have enough physicality in the middle there?
I think Lo Celso has a bite of them, and I think that could actually help us because he's a bit of a shithouse, and Mourinho likes that, right? I don't think Sissoko is like that. I just think he's big, and that helps him a lot. So that one is, I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem, especially if Tanguy and Ndombele plays a little bit deeper than Lo Celso does. So I think Lo Celso is going to do a little bit more pressing from the top, and Tanguy and Ndombele is still improving his defensive work. So I think we're going to have less than when we do with Sissoko, but I don't think it's going to be this like big threat or anything.
All right, and score prediction?
3-1, just like the last person said.
3-1.
All right.
All right.
Ariane, hopefully speak to you after the game tomorrow.
Hopefully, guys.
Looking forward to it. Nice to see you again.
Have a good one.
Nice one, Ariane.
And let's get our last guest on. Usually, who is our last guest? It is Joe.
Hey guys.
Hey Joe. Joe, I hope you haven't been waiting there too long.
No. I came on late. I hope I haven't missed the fun.
No, the fun's still going.
The fun's still going. You usually are our last guest, so here we go. Tell me your thoughts about the game this weekend.
Yeah, I think it'll be close. It'll be one of those games where expected goals will be, 1-1 or 2-1 each way, and then the score will be, one side will win 3-0 or the other will win 3-0. It's going to be one of those. And I think if we win, we're ecstatic. If we lose, everyone's going to be, ugh. But, trust the process. Mustn't panic. It's kind of a 6-pointer tomorrow, right? At the end of the season. We could be that close to Man City, and tomorrow's game, we could be looking back and thinking, if Bale hadn't hit the post in the last minute, that kind of game.
Yeah, when you said that, it reminds me of that game up at the Etihad when Defoe went sliding in at the back post and just missed it. When Bale scored that brilliant goal at the Etihad. I think was it 2-2, 3-2? We lost 3-2 when Balotelli stepped on Scott Parker that day. I just get bad memories of that game.
Yeah, but in terms of our next 3 games, we have City, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Is there like a set points target that you're looking at for those 3 games that we should, if we're serious about the title, that we need to kind of hit, or do you kind of just like see where we are in the table, where we are for those 3 games?
Hey, it's Friday. It's almost the end of the working week, so I'm gonna go 9 from 9, guys. It's got to be.
Come on.
It's got to be.
Exactly. 9 points is the only way.
But you guys made a good point yesterday, or somebody did on one of your other forums about it's as much the points that we deny the opposition that we're playing. Both sides tomorrow would take a point, I think. They'd never admit it, but they probably would. And so that's why I think
we would ahead of City, though. I think we would take the point ahead of City.
Yeah, I think they would take a point as well tomorrow. I think they would, given the run they've been on. Defeat would be disaster for them, and it would completely puncture the kind of good news around Pep's signing a new contract. So, I can imagine him coming a little bit more cautious than normal tomorrow. They're away, so they can probably get away with settling for a point. We're the home side, so some callers have talked about going 3 at the back. I get that. You've got Reggie and Serge bombing down the wings, solid back 3. We'll have 3 fantastic finishers up front. It's tempting to go that route, but I think as the home side, we're probably going to be expected to be a bit more forward kind of deployed than that.
Does being the home side still hold that weight, though, with no fans in the stadium? Because you're seeing at the moment, we've got better away form than home form this season.
You know, it doesn't. And a lot of people are saying it doesn't, but subconsciously, I think it still does. You know, I think an away side in a game like tomorrow getting the point, that will still be seen as a better result for the away side, is my gut feel. You know, and although our home form hasn't been as good as our away form, we're still a tough nut to crack at home. You know, one defeat in 8 games, you know, unbeaten in other competitions at home. So I don't think City will turn up tomorrow expecting to thrash us or anything like that.
Yeah, and then to be honest, you know, a bit more luck, and we probably would be talking about 3 wins out of 4 at home if we weren't, you know, giving away a couple of last-minute equalisers.
No bones about it. We should have won that West Ham game. We should have won that Newcastle game. That should have been 6 points. Easy.
2 freak incidents, and that's what it was. But going on to the game tomorrow, how do you see us lining up? Do you see us lining up with Bale starting? Do you see us maybe going for a back 3, which some people were predicting?
You know, I quite like the back 3 if it means that he says to Serge and Reggie, get down those wings, get those crosses in, because we're definitely going to play. Oh, hang on a sec, guys. Sorry.
It's all right.
Still finishing the working day.
All right. Sorry to disturb you.
Sorry,
your
gone.
bosses aren't working.
No. I mean, the point I made earlier, he's definitely going to play Bale tomorrow. He's got to. He's going to unleash Bale, Kane, and Son. That is going to scare a fairly, you know, they're growing in confidence, they're improving, but that's still a dodgy, shaky kind of looking back line for Man City so far this season. He's got 3 fantastic finishers there, and if he gives the wide guys those 2 license to go up, push up, you know, get the ball in. You've got the back 3 to kind of cover. I actually think that could be quite a good, good setup to start with. And then of course, if it doesn't work, you know, he's always then going to have the option. He'll have players on the bench to bring on, change the shape, and make us. And you know, I think Pep tonight and Jose will be sitting there thinking, right, what shape is the other guy going to do, and trying to game it. And then, you know, when the game starts, obviously they'll see where each other are. And then I can imagine tactics changing over the course of the game in response.
Who's the better manager for you, Pep or Jose?
Well, look, Jose's joined that club of managers that we call Spurs managers, right? I mean, Terry Venables, Harry Redknapp, Keith Birkinshaw, Bill Nick,
Jerry Francis, Christian Gross, you know,
Tim Sherwood,
Christian Gross. I shouldn't say that. Even Tim Sherwood. I shouldn't bring those names up. No, look, it's that debate. We're never that's going to run. But I can tell you what, Jose, I think, from the position he's in now, he's got a chance of really cementing. If he achieves with Spurs, that will probably seen as a better kind of achievement than whatever Pep can now do with Man City over the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Is my gut feel. I mean, because even if Pep goes on to win the Champions League with City, that's kind of like, that was what he was brought in to do when he first joined. So he's only hitting par. If Jose comes in, turns Spurs around from where we were last season, delivers silverware to a club that's been dying for it for God knows how long, you know, all of us fans, can you imagine? It'll be like Bielsa at Leeds. It'll be that kind of achievement. And I think it will probably cement him as perhaps the greater manager. Who knows? That's certainly what we'll think, right?
Yeah, 100%,
for sure. Yeah, 100%. I think it ends if Jose wins trophies with Tottenham. I think
ends the debate for me.
I do think it ends the debate. Right now, it's neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if Mourinho was to really win with a club who never wins,
if Pochettino would have won the Champions League or the league with Spurs,
Yeah.
would you have said he was a better manager than Pep, or just because they're on a kind of even keel?
I think, like, at the moment, you can't say Poch is anywhere near Pep.
I'm saying if he would have won the Champions League.
I know.
or the league.
I think he would obviously be moving up there, but he wouldn't be near. It wouldn't be level with Pep. But I think he would definitely be one of the best managers in Europe if he did that. I think he still is one. But anyway, what's your prediction tomorrow, Joe?
So I'm thinking 2-1.
2-1.
I kind of think the game might be a bit like the game against Arsenal toward the end of last season. It'll be one of those. So I'm going to go for a Toby header.
Toby header. I like that.
And
first one that's even mentioned Toby.
Yeah, my second goal, I was thinking Don Bailey, because I'd love to see him get on the score sheet again. It's overdue, but come on, you can't bet against Kane, can you? Harry to deliver the goods tomorrow. Probably a Toby header and a Kane penalty, 3 points, and we're singing.
I'll take it. I'll take it right now.
Take any win right now.
Joe, thanks a lot for coming on. Hopefully we'll get to speak to you after the game.
Great show, guys.
Thank you, man.
Spurs.
Come on, Spurs.
Come on, Joe.
Come on.
Right.
Just before we end the show, David Harris wants to know, how many points would you find acceptable over our next 3 games?
I think, for me personally, I've said this before, 5, anything over 5 and over is, I think, a very good return for me. 4 is like acceptable, so decent return. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. 3 is pretty below par, and it's not great, and it kind of sees us lagging behind. But anything less than 3 is completely very bad.
If you say 4, 4 is a decent return.
Yeah.
Where do you see the loss coming? Against who?
Probably Chelsea or City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, 4 points is not good enough, in my opinion. I think that we've got to be looking at 5 minimum for me.
I said 5. Yeah, 5. Any 5 or above is, I think, for me personally, I think is very good. I think that's a very good return.
I think 5 should be our par.
I think 4
should be where we.
I think if we get 4 points out of the next 3 games, that still keeps us in and around the top. And I think that still keeps us competitive, and also with 3 very hard games out of the way. So I don't think that's the end of the world if we get.
I'd love to go into the Arsenal game with 4 points extra on the board.
If we're going to Arsenal points with at least with those 4 points in the next 2, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I for some reason I feel like we're gonna have like. I feel like if we get 2 points out of the next 2 going into Arsenal, it's also not terrible. I
don't know. I'd rather a win and a loss than 2 draws. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, that's more points. But I feel like 2 draws is also not bad because you're preventing Chelsea and City from getting points as well.
Anyway, we're getting 9 points over the next 3 games anyway. You heard it here first. Anyway, it has been a long stream for you guys today, nearly 2 whole hours. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone that came on and contributed. I'm very sorry we didn't get to cover any non-members, but there were so many members calling in today, lasting 2 whole hours. So thank you very much for your call-ins. We will see you tomorrow for our watch-along and our post-match fan show. The Premier League is back. The big games are coming. The 6-pointers are coming. It's 6-pointer after 6-pointer until we play Arsenal, because we all know they're a bit low down in the Premier League. But we move on. Let me know in the comment section below what your score prediction is. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs!